Hi, and welcome to this lesson on practical scaling strategies. Is it possible? Is it even agile? First, let's talk about the scaling conflict. And to do this, we're going to use a tool called the vanishing cloud. This is a theories of constraints technique that many of you may remember from the Agile Solutions course. And it starts with our objective, good systems development at scale. Now, to get there, we need to build components quickly and reliably. And if we do that, that means our work is getting done faster, better, and cheaper. We also need to be able to integrate our components quickly and reliably. This means that we can combine our work faster, better, and cheaper. What else are we going for? But in order to build components quickly and reliably, we really need teams to work independently to build components. This allows them to quickly develop, test, and measure their work to see if it's actually effective. That only is possible if they're independent. At the same time, in order to integrate components quickly and reliably, we want to integrate development across teams. And the reason why is because we believe that teams can efficiently integrate work through high levels of coordination and sharing. So both of these two things, working independently and working as an integrated set of teams, are actually creating a conflict. And so the belief is that if you see a conflict like this, whenever you're building out a logical puzzle, it probably means that one of your assumptions, either that teams can quickly develop, test, and measure their work independently, or that teams can efficiently integrate through high levels of sharing and coordination, one of those two assumptions is incorrect. And so we're going to dive into this a little bit more deeply to see which one likely is. Now, the basis of this question is really coming down to efficiency versus effectiveness. And there are arguments to be made for both. First, independent teams can work quickly and reduce communication channels. That's important because that allows us to interact. Now, integrated teams can also share resources and designs and reduce the total amount of work because they're reusing across the teams. So in both cases, there is an opportunity to potentially go faster. Which one should hold primacy? Should speed be conducted with independent teams that are focused, or should it be with integrated teams that are doing less work because they're integrating and sharing? The way to answer this is with the multitasking question. And if you took the speed course, you probably already know the answer. In fact, you can probably guess the answer, but let's go ahead and prove it for when you're in the office and you have to talk with your colleagues. First, you got to know that it reduces focus. Every time that you split your focus on multiple tasks, you're actually switching between those tasks very rapidly. And in terms of the amount of brain power that you're offering to either task, it's actually split between them as well. It actually requires significant time to switch tasks. Some people estimate up to 15 or 20 minutes in order to actually switch from one to another. So if you're switching more often than 15 or 20 minutes, then you're likely not very focused at all. It only appears to save time. And this is just not only a reality in terms of popular literature and belief, but we can actually prove that it really does not save time. And lastly, oftentimes it results in stealing of time from others because of the fact that in order to get your work done and to continue to add more work to your multitasking, you end up holding back the work that can be done by other people. And that actually adds to their work because you're big batching and a number of other issues. Here's the worst part though. If you're multitasking all the time, you're not available for anybody. You always have so much going on your plate that when someone comes over and asks, hey, are you busy? Can you help me out with something? Your immediate response is, oh my gosh, no, I have so much on my plate. I can't get everything done. Come back to me later when I'm not busy, which you never will be not busy. So as a result, you can't actually celebrate completion of any work. You can't actually help others on your team. And you can't really get feedback on tasks because they're never done. Here's an example of just how we can prove that multitasking is so damaging. If we take a look at focus tasking with A, B, and C, it's very clear when we start and stop each one of these tasks. But if we were multitasking and just splitting them up, where we started A, then B, then C, then we finished A, then B, then C, at about 50%, it would look like this. Part of A gets done, then B, then C, then A gets finished, then B gets finished, then C gets finished. So here's where we fool ourselves. At the end, it looks like it took just as much time to get everything done. But what you've done is you've basically created an enormous amount of work in progress. In fact, if you look here, by the time that a focused tasking individual would complete two tasks of the same size, A and B, the person who is multitasking and working on tasks A, B, and C at the same time, they've only completed task A. What does that mean? You are literally delaying A by a factor of 2 in terms of its duration. And if it's the most important work, what are you going to do about it? Now you have delayed the most important work at the benefit of putting work in progress for less important work. It doesn't make sense. And then you add on top of that all the overhead of switching and reducing focus. Multitasking is a horrible idea.